Now, what do you need prayer for?
Broken back, arthritis in all of my joints. My right knee, it's a whole lot of mess.
Explain how it happened.
I got blown up in 2007 in Iraq and fractured 2 vertebrae, and then in November 5th of 2013, kind of like stairs, my back broke all the way down. And so they did surgery, put a bunch of titanium in there, and then I had permanent nerve damage on the left side of my body from my knee, left knee down. I have neuropathy. You can stab me with a knife. I can't feel anything on that side.
Wow. Where's the pain now?
For me, all over. It's been my arms even sitting there all the time. I'm like, I need to stand.
Okay. I'll pray for you, mate. Just relax. Don't even think about it. Think about your favourite food. What's your favourite food?
He likes pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie? Just we reach out for Dominic.
Lashings of cream.
Hallelujah. Just relax, mate. God, heal the trauma right now in his mind.
Thank you, Jesus.
Heal the trauma, touch his whole body. Set him free. Thank you, Jesus. Now, out. It's a out. Let him go. Out.
Infirmity come off him now in Jesus' name.
Thank you, Jesus.
Free.
Thank you, Jesus.
Dominic, let's go for a walk, mate. How you feeling?
Walk with him, walk behind him.
Feeling back in my leg.
All feeling.
Please come back. Is the pain gone? Go for a run too! I said glory!
Here he is.
Gospel! Dominic, so you had an injury from Iraq for how many?
Afghanistan, isn't it?
2007, and then 14, February 14, they put titanium rods up my back, placed everything lower, and then actually replaced vertebrae and discs all the way up.
So that's quite amazing what's happening right then. You're running around.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all the feelings come back.
All the feeling.
Wait, now, is it exciting? You can get back to life now.
Yes.
Just like your brother-in-law. Is that brother-in-law?
Matthew, yeah.
Come and hug that other brother-in-law. Look at him. Come on. A lot of hand, everybody. Dominic, you're an Iraq veteran.
Yes.
And what happened to you in Iraq?
In 07, one of the times I was blown up and thrown out of a vehicle about 40 feet, and when I hit the ground, I had sappy plates, like ceramic plates about that thick, both sides, and they snapped. They actually fractured when I hit. If I wouldn't have had those, I would have completely been paralyzed. But what it actually ended up doing was fracturing T10 and T11. I didn't realize that until about 6 months later when I came back from Iraq. I still went back on missions, and I was all black and blue around. But they're like, going through your out processing medically and asking how you're feeling and everything. And I'm like, well, I keep losing feeling in my hands. And so they're like, oh, we're gonna do an x-ray. And they come back to the x-ray and they're like, you broke your back. And they're like, and you've been running around for 6 months with all this gear doing this. And they said the problem is your back actually healed like steps in those vertebrae. So then they kind of pinned them and they're like, you might get about 10 years, you're gonna have surgery. So I continue, I get out of the combat field eventually, and through some other circumstances with Jesus really changing my view on things, and I get into the logistics field, and I'm emptying out an arms room one day and pick up all these barrels and put this case down, and I literally lost complete feeling and just folded in half. Kind of passed out from the pain and made my way halfway across the gym floor. The guys found me, went to the ER. They gave me a shot of Toradol in the rear end. I couldn't feel the needle. And they're like, just go home, you'll be fine, come back to the doctor if you need to. So we just went downstairs, into the ER. They did x-rays. He's like, well, you're having like sciatic nerve pain and you don't have feeling here. He's like, you probably have like ruptured discs. And so I get a call from go home, get a call from my doctor a week later for the first time missing days, in work. And get a call from my doctor, so you need to come in immediately. We need to have an MRI. The x-rays are showing that your back, like it just caved. And so, yeah, I have ruptured discs, but I actually have 0 discs, everything like exploded all the way down. And so it just went shh. So they rebuilt vertebrae, they caged 2 10-inch rods, 12 bolts, put all this stuff in there. And I had nerve damage, permanent nerve damage, neuropathy is what they call it. So the Army's like, hey, we're retiring you, here's your pension, you're done. Oh, and here's 3 cases of medicine all the time. We want you on Norco, 1,200 milligrams of gabapentin, and we want you on all these other, basically to walk around in a fog all the time.
Yeah.
And not feel anything. And so then when getting prayed for the other night, and I've been prayed for and had some healing as far as my movement. I mean, I couldn't even bend past this. In about 2015, I got prayed for and I could bend, which I shouldn't be able to do that. So metal's not supposed to do that. But, and I'm like, so that happened, but I still can't feel my leg falling upstairs. And again, the constant nerve pain, just like she had said, like, reverberating all the time. So you have to shut off the nerves for the feelings. So the other night getting prayed for, I didn't take any medicine prior. Drive 3 hours up here and I'm like, by the end of service, I'm like, I can't sit here any longer. I hurt so bad. Get prayed for, and in the process of even talking about forgiveness and the way that you prayed about it, really choosing to forgive myself for the things that I did in Iraq, and having just this incredible time. I get up and I have complete feeling in my foot. Wow. My kids are poking me with sharp things. I'm like, ouch. And they're like, this is cool. I'm like, stop poking me. Complete. I haven't taken any medicine since. I've got like 4 cases of medicine. I'm like, I ain't even do this stuff.
So after prayer the other night, you ended up on the floor, didn't you?
Oh yeah. It literally felt like, it was almost like it was complete heat, and I felt like my body was like vibrating, but I had just this personal experience of forgiveness with Jesus that was just, that's all I thought about since.
Wow. So God began the miracle when you realized that forgiveness, and then God completed it when after prayer you fell on the floor and you were vibrating, and God was in a creative miracle.
Oh yeah.
And all that, and how, I wanted to how bad was the pain before prayer?
Oh, I was a 10 all the time. I would have to try to think about other things and constantly move positions and.
Wow, and so that was about 3 or 4 last Thursday night.
Yeah.
And so since then, just how you been? What have you been doing?
A lot of these. I'm like, I can work out again, I'm like, I do push-ups, start doing push-ups, and I'm like, oh, my muscles hurt,
Wow. What's it? And when you got prayer, you actually ran out the door.
Yeah, I was like, I can run. I mean, the day before my back finally gave, I ran 10 miles, 6-minute miles each one. And now I'm like running around doing stuff with my kids. I haven't sat down, clean. My wife's like, you need to slow down at all? And I'm like, I feel good. I don't.
Did you run before prayer? Did you run before?
Oh, heck no.
Well, run now. Show us how you run. Look at that. Wow, look at you go. Watch that. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, he heals the lame.